Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode in the Pitch Reel. And if you guys have been following us any point of this week, you know exactly what we're doing here, where I'm going to take other Dragon Ball tubers and I'm going to have them sit down with me and pitch their most, a very specific thing that they would really like to see. A great slice of life episode from Dragon Ball Super. And if we all know Dragon Ball Super, the best thing it can do, the best thing it's basically done throughout its entire series, which everyone gives praise, is it has amazing slice of life episodes for its, all of its characters. So with that being said, today, for this video, I'm joined by MJ from Geeklist TV. MJ, what's up, man?
How's it going, man? Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no worries, man. You told me your idea, and I'm really excited to get it out there. I think people might really like it. So why don't you just go ahead and give us the very basic, bare minimum skeleton, and we'll just discuss it.
Well, I guess the skeleton of this whole idea would probably be just Goku and Pan. I'm hoping this takes place a little bit farther when Pan's a little bit older. I would really love a series of slice of life episodes, maybe just 2 or 3 tops. 3 tops, You're
getting greedy.
I'm getting greedy, but 3 tops of Goku just flying around the world with Pan, meeting a whole bunch of characters that he met before in the past, in earlier Dragon Ball, specifically Lunch. I want to see him and Pan interact with Lunch, just due to the fact that it's we've seen characters stick around like Yamcha, Oolong, Muten, Roshi, all of these people from the core series of Dragon Ball when Launch was a part of that core series for a good amount of time. I think when you look at what Goku's become, this character, he's essentially the same, but he's not this little boy anymore. I mean, I do know that she saw him during the, 23rd Budokai, right? Okay. Yeah, she was there. So I know she saw him there, but I just think when you look at everything he's accomplished now, what he is, it just seems I think it would be cool for her to meet him and meet his granddaughter. You know what I mean? Can you imagine his granddaughter? And in my picture perfect world, I just have Pan bumping into her, and Pan wears the same gi that she has on during the end of Z, and it's I mean, she kind of it hits her like a gut feeling, is this person related to Goku? You know what I mean? Like a gut feeling, and she kind of sees. Remember the Budokai during the Buu Saga when the announcer sees Goten and how Goku kind of falls down. He remembers that fight. Not something similar to that, but just she gets that gut feeling, and then Goku walks up and they meet for a little bit. Just a small interaction, but I think that would be so cool. You know what I mean? Hey, this is my granddaughter. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? I just think that would be so cool, from her perspective, because she wasn't someone who stuck around. She didn't witness the Super Saiyans and the, the aliens and all this, you know what I mean? Just for her to meet Goku now after all these years, I think it would be very cool, and Pan there as well as the granddaughter. So.
Yeah, I mean, and even to take it a little step further, you can take that. They can go back to God, what was it? They could go see Ader.
Yeah,
and they could go see what's the Indian boy's name who's all grown up. They showed him at the end of Dragon Ball Z. I can't.
I want to say Upa, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, Upa, whatever his name is. That would be really special. Just kind of see Goku go around and just kind of, whether it's intentional or not, just bump into all these people, and it's just a walk down memory lane.
Like I said off air, it's a bit tacky that he would be bumping into everyone, but I would just love it so much. You know what I mean? Mark, I would love it so much. Just have that, just one episode of that. I think would be awesome.
Yeah. And not just that, we could start seeing, even old villains that we saw, maybe even bump into... If we could bump into Tal, which is... We know he should still be alive. I mean, the last time we saw him, even though it was filler, we saw him before the Cell fight. Yeah. So he might be alive. I mean, just seeing all these old people from Dragon Ball just come back, and maybe even the beginning of Dragon Ball Z. I mean, they can show the farmer again. And just all this stuff, that would be really kind of a special thing. You have a really good point there.
Yeah, I mean, we can go on for hours about what they could do. He can go meet Ader, Sano. I can't remember if that's her actual name or not. Just go, just go and meet all of these people. You know what I mean? Even the village that Oolong was ravaging. So I think it would just be cool for them to just go around meeting all of these places. And it's kind of funny because you would think Goku's character, he probably won't remember it, so it would probably be off of just coincidence. They bump into him. I just think that would be so cool. But Launch is probably my favorite, that I would want her to meet Goku after all these years. That's just me. I'm not too sure how you feel about that.
No, I think that would be good, but like, how would you interact? Like, tell us like how you would really like interact like her sneezing ability into actually her interacting with Pan. Do you think that would actually come up? Because I think if they're going to reintroduce her in a prominent role like this, if she was going to have like an emotional moment where it's like, wow, you know, this is a character we've basically forgotten about, but she's also here for this one particular scene. Like, how would they introduce the sneezing thing?
The sneezing thing. Okay, I would probably introduce the scene where Goku and Pan stop to get food, like in a little farmer's market area. They bump into, Pan wanders off, she bumps into Launch, looks up, she sees Launch, that whole thing happens where blue-haired Launch. So she bumps into blue-haired Launch, and then of course Goku comes up eating his food and whatever, and he remembers her, like okay, yeah, that's you, and then they talk, and then Pan of course is like a little weird. He introduces Pan, and then of course you have him kind of like taking it, like you grab her, like make him grab her hand like she has like a fruit in her hand. Right when that happens, she happens to accidentally sneeze, and then she knocks Goku, to the other side of the other side, and then of course you have everyone typing up, Launch is stronger than gods, blah blah blah. But you have like that happen, and then you have the yellow hair, sneeze back, and then she's freaking out, and then Goku's at the other side, and Pan's just like, what the hell just happened? I think that would be kind of like a comedy gag scene, you know what I mean? And then Goku just, because I always thought that was so funny, like how Goku would let her hit him around and stuff when you would think he could just knock her out. I think that would be kind of funny to bring that back in. I know that probably sounded dumb, but that would just be me, like some comedy. I would.
In my opinion, like if I were to take that scene, I would think I would just kind of somewhat reverse it, and if they're like in a market or something and they're just kind of walking around, just have like Launch come in with her blonde hair, just coming in and robbing the place.
Oh yeah.
And because of Pan like interaction with that or something, she causes Launch to sneeze, and then that kind of brings back the whole like, oh my god, you look like Goku, blah blah blah, and all this.
I love you. I love you. I would love for that to happen.
Like just because you don't want to take too long on her like blue, or not her blue haired side, but her blonde haired side, because that doesn't necessarily that's not actually cohesive to legitimate interaction between her and Goku or something, but it would be something that's somewhat funny. Plus I think the first time we meet her, she's in that blonde-haired state. I mean, like maybe she's blue and then she's blonde. I can't necessarily remember. No, actually Goku brings her back. She's blue-haired and then she becomes blonde. Yeah. It's only in a filler scene where they're in a bar and she changes, I think.
Yeah, I think they pick her up when she has blue hair in the manga. I think it starts, I could be wrong guys, but I think it starts off with them on the Nimbus, on the cloud, and they see her getting cornered by the cops. I think the anime added that filler scene of why she was getting chased by the cops. I could be wrong. Correct us in the comments, guys, if we are. But I think that's how it goes. Could be wrong.
Yeah, be wrong. Yeah. I have no earthly idea at this point. But that is something that I would really like to see. Just in terms of like, open up the possibilities. But one thing that we can really do, or one thing Dragon Ball Super has done, is it's really kind of talked to us about like, all this stuff that happened in the original series, the original Dragon Ball series. I mean, they brought it up a whole bunch. And to bring back a couple of characters that we literally haven't seen either talk or even, like, witnessed for years and years and years would be something really special. And, just to walk down memory lane, especially with, grandfather and granddaughter at this point, especially with, I can't remember exactly which episode that was with Goku and Pan. When he had his powers away, like he couldn't control himself, but he was actually being like a real grandfather to Pan.
Yeah, that was that was such a good moment when he like lifted her up and was like playing airplane with her. Dude, that was so cool, man.
A little bit of criticism for that though, although I really like that scene. I wondered, I guess it's not his anymore to give, but I was wondering, like, why didn't he just use the Nimbus? But whatever.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, dude, anyway, that would be so cool for that episode. They fly on the Nimbus. Like, I mean, I know Goku has the instantaneous movement. I know he can fly fast.
But he couldn't use it. He couldn't use any of that stuff at that point. That's why he was playing airplane. True. It really humanized him in that sense. And I think that's something that just having another Goku and Pan episode. I mean, anything with Pan at this point. The Pan episodes have been phenomenal. So I would really like to see more of them. I really like this idea.
I agree, and I love you for correcting me and giving. You need to write for Toei, man. You need to go write these episodes, dude. That was amazing. That was cool. I'm like over here smiling over that, dude. I want to see that now. That has to happen, you know.
Yeah, and you know, I would really just like to see, like, you know, just you know, with how they ended with where they ended the arc, the Boo arc. I can't remember whether that was filler or not. I think a lot of that was filler when they went out and they showed like Launch and the Oopa kid like grown up. If his name is Oopa, it might be wrong. Please correct us in the comment section below.
Yeah,
but, they showed him all grown up with his father, and like they have somewhat of a village there. I mean, just because they're going off of the filler stuff anyway, it would be really nice to go off and see, like, you know, Goku takes Pan to go see Korn or something, you know, like go for whatever reason, just kind of showing, and he runs into them. I mean, they're right down there, so I mean, it's logical that he would run into them, and then like you would get to see, especially like since those two people were like children of their own, like they were kids of their own, right? So it'd be really interesting to see like them both have, maybe even they're both grandfathers at this point, or at this point, Goku's a grandfather and Oopa has a child of his own.
That would be amazing. I would love for it to like turn into like a race. Like, again, going off of that whole unintentional bumping into him, like Goku's like, "Hey Pan, you want to race to Korn's tower?" And she's like, "Sure." And she starts to power up. He goes, No, we're gonna do this the old fashioned way." So they go land at the bottom of the tower and they're gonna race by climbing up there. And then of course that's when he meets Oopa and his dad and all them, you know. I think that would be kind of cool, you know.
Yeah. And then who's the Nam? Like,
Namu, cool, yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing Nam. And like maybe even like, because although it's never really specified one way or the other, maybe like that episode can also hint at, because, you know, Nam is also kind of the same thing as Oob, but he has basically kind of the same story, the same motivations. It would be really interesting if they were to introduce Nam again and then also hint at Oob's existence. I mean, I know they probably don't come from the same village, but we can work around. I mean, that was never specified one way or the other in the actual series, so who really knows? But anyway.
I would love for that.
Anyway.
That would be cool.
Anyway, MJ, thank you so much for sharing this idea. I hope people really liked it. I hope people are liking this series now. I hope when this is coming up, I'm just putting them together right now, but I really want to kind of be able to put these out every day of a certain week with like all your favorite Dragon Ball YouTubers, just people sharing their legitimate ideas, and everyone has a different idea of something they would really like to see that would just kind of warm their heart and make them smile. And I think that that's something this is why I want to do this little series, and I think I want to know what y'all want to tell me, what y'all want to see in the comment section below. And if this is really good, I might share them in some other video, or I might even have you guys on if I see what you like and what you want, I might have you on to explain it, because this is something that can go on for a while. I mean, there's a whole lot of Dragon Ball YouTubers. So anyway, just make sure to tell us in the comment section below. But MJ, thank you so much for sharing your opinion.
Thank you for having me, man. It was awesome.
Anyway, guys, please make sure to go see MJ. Check out his channel. It's really good. He does some really awesome power scaling stuff. By the way, and it might be out by the time this video is out, and I'll just link it if it is. I'll annotate on the video. But when is that snake video coming out, man?
That should be coming out Monday. So we're recording this on Saturday night, so Monday. Should be coming out Monday.
Sweet. Cool. That will probably be out before this, man. That will probably be out. So I'll just link it in the description section below, because I am very interested to see what you're going to be talking about, because that's just really out there. Anyway, guys, we'll catch you on the next video. Bye.